Thanks for not saying failed deck save when my father fell down the stairs. I know that took restraint. Hey everybody, Sapphire Draggy here, welcome to another DnDMemes video. How are you guys doing? Having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I want to quickly kindly ask you if you want to take a moment to smash the like button. Helps out, I appreciate it a lot, so thanks so much for taking a second to do that. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Get your color out of my space. You see the king and he's dressed in yellow. D&D player's reaction, and then there's the Call of Cthulhu player's reaction. Remember kids, people don't like it when you horrifically murder their friends. The DM allows you to invent and use chemical weapons, and yeah, that's good. But then he sends you this. After the Morbuk rain, the lead scientist and his assistants were found dumped by the outer core gates with their insides turned to paste, having been forced to breathe and ingest the mixture respectively. The militants who captured them apparently had a flair for poetic justice. The poor guy seemed so proud of what he made. War crimes are all good fun until they make you inhale. Faultless defense. D&D fans. Your D&D movie is not true to the source. Scriptwriters. My source is I homebrew it the f*** up. I mean, honestly, that should have been expected for the movie to have homebrew content. Choose your words carefully. Player. I grabbed the artifact. GM. So you touch it? Player very skeptical about that question. He's taken the oath of the good boy. Paladin reaching level 6. Then again, it's probably not quote-unquote appropriate to make Spartan 2s in any setting. Artificer players. Is this an appropriate thing to try and create in a high fantasy setting? Yeah, I don't think that is. Hey, that's not the scene where Darth Vader says that. Player. I choose the lucky feat. DM. I'm not allowing that at my table, but it's in the player's handbook. I have altered the rules. Pray that I don't alter it any further. My modest proposal for playstyle changes in 1D&D. Old school D&D table with the DM and the players at the table, you know. And then there's the ideal D&D table with the DM on top, a holding pen containing designated actors for recurring NPCs, a Greek chorus, DJ, referee to look up debated rules, snacks quartermaster, and a tactician for the enemy groups. And obviously the players on the other side. I mean, sure, as long as all I have to buy is the rulebook and maybe a $5 subscription, this doesn't sound bad, if all of that is included. Pro tip for rules lawyers whenever you pick up a cursed item. Getting a cursed item? Just say no. Your item legally cannot attune to you without your consent. From the US Penal Code section 213A1A. Making the mother of all campaigns here, Jack. Can't fret over every NPC. Eberron fans when my Eberron campaign is just the plot of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Casting Mending on formats from bad Facebook memes. Facebook? Probably typo, okay. Warlock. Can I shoot Eldritch Blast with my eyes? DM. As long as you meet the requirements to cast it normally. Hell yeah! I just want to point out, and related off topic, that I am surprised that there could have been so many typos in such a short meme. It's a trap for the inexperienced. Take for example, Death, War, D&D Wiki. There are many things in this world that humanity would be happier without. Or are they both? It's time for you to look inward and start asking yourself the big questions. If a character has a strict personal code that says strict codes, are they lawful neutral or chaotic neutral? Sometimes you gotta humble the players a little. Tabaxi Rogue bragging about their successful deck saves, and the DM making the Tabaxi roll wisdom, and yeah, the Tabaxi Rogue failing a wisdom save. Good old times. No one is actually going to leave D&D. People who remember the end of 2nd edition and the entirety of 4th edition. 24 AC baby. GM asking the wizard smugly, does a 23 hit? Wizard who hasn't casted shield or any other buff yet. No. Okay, no, this is not a wizard, it's a bluff, no way. It's something else, I don't know, pretending to be a wizard or something. Playing like it's a self-insert fanfic starring Y/N. The DM finally realizing what my character's name sounds like. You think this is funny? My PC called Y/N. Okay, Y/N, yeah, alright. My friend plays a tiefling bard with a French accent and we've been ribbing him a bit. Charisma casters are natural femboys. Like tiefling PCs, or drow PCs, or tabaxi PCs. You D&D parties sure have a lot of boozy. Ooh. This sub as a DM. You're never going to look back and think, I wish I was more cruel. I literally think that every day. Is that the life of a DM? Actually, I feel the same. I haven't DM'd a lot, but I do feel the same. Like I let the players in a campaign I DM'd once get away with something that I think I shouldn't have. Anyway, Scanlan and Pike are gnomes. I thought they were halflings this whole time. Is this a gnome? I invented a new thing that makes travel and conveyance easier through roundness. No, it's not a wheel, it's a new thing I invented. Hating homebrewers and pointing out that someone's homebrew is literally identical to something that already exists. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Half of the sub. They're the same picture. Hey kids, you seem like you'd commit murder for a few dollars. First plot hook of most games. So, I understand you're dirt poor. How about murder? Oh, Jesus. I mean, that's not exactly wrong. Unfortunately, that's not exactly wrong. Should I tell him? One of my players. I'm going to run a One Piece themed campaign using D&D. Me, being a huge One Piece fan, but knowing that there are systems that are better fit for that. I mean, yeah, but also you could just accept it and play. Well, that's one way to solve the disparity. When the DM tells you, okay, you're all rolling generic human fighters this time. I've had enough of your cute little antics with flying casters or insert DM boogeyman here. Was re-listening to a certain song after it popped up in my recommendations, and I had this thought. Hearing someone inside, you look in carefully. You see a cute boss with blonde hair and a long black dress dancing and spinning in an empty ballroom as she sings and laughs. People who don't know, and people who know. Well, I'm happy to say that I'm people who don't know, and I'm glad to continue living like that. Either don't know or don't remember. But both are just as good at the moment. I'm new to Pathfinder, but why does everything seem so niche? Counterspells in D&D 5th edition. I completely trivialize encounters with spellcasters. Counterspell in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Even if you are fighting spellcaster of the same class as you are, you won't be able to counter most of their spells. I mean, honestly, that sounds pretty good, not being able to use Counterspell to, you know, trivialize a lot of things. Inside scoop. This is the secret Big DM doesn't want us to know. The DM doesn't want you to know this, but the lava at the volcano is free. I have a bag of holding full of lava. Hypothetically speaking, player. If I cast Resurrection on an enemy's leather armor, could a cow form around him if the soul is wheeling? DM. Huh? Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask. Even with an intelligence of 6, I still managed to be smarter than all of them combined. The villagers who got their food stolen by a scam artist, and my paladin who just got them their food back. So, what did we learn today? Is it nothing? Yay, nothing! The villagers about to give all their food to a false harvest god. Put the story back in backstory. Making your backstory a 10-page list of accomplishments and allies that your character has before starting the campaign. No. Making your backstory a 10-page short story of the most impactful event of the character's life and making it enjoyable to read while still showing the DM everything they need to know. Yeah! Not all lycanthropy is bad. When the DM curses a PC with Warbear lycanthropy, but they celebrate now being neutral good and immune to non-magical damage. DM. That's not how people are supposed to react to an eternal curse. Whatevs. Looking on the bright side, that's lovely actually. DM tip number 7274. If your players are going to abuse heat metal, you're free to do it as well. Pranking people with metal dice by hiding an induction cooktop under my table. Jesus, that's a bit much? I don't know, isn't it? This will awaken something in me, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Me, pondering what should I include in the tragic post-apocalyptic nuclear world where humans died from the hands of their own creations, and several pages of sexy furries because the bard is my favorite player. Barbarians never disappoint. Bardic inspiration please? Plap. Nice. Old Man Henderson strikes again. Playing as a warlock of Hastur, a planar portal opens up, an old man with a mohawk, aviators, combat boots, cargo shorts, and an open front Hawaiian shirt with a wife beater underneath steps through. He yells at you, "Michael Denred called, Eren Emblis be keepin', me we men." My biggest pet peeve here, when you notice that no one in a community for a game that heavily uses writing in its mechanics seems to know how basic sentence structure or how to spell. Visible confusion. I think this is one of the most relatable memes that I've seen in this video. When your big bad evil guy is a chaotic inventor, the GM, you're ambushed by the kobolds. They activate their backpack ballistas, the party. The what? WTF is a backpack ballista, Jesus Christ. I mean, the creative DM points for that, but when the players need to come up with backstories. DM, who's your character and what do they do? I don't get it. Huh? Just a thought that crossed my mind. Also, Raven Queen is better than Kalimvor. If a character gets reincarnated into another race, do they assume the lifespan of that race? Or does the Raven Queen take them away at their original lifespan? I would think that they get the new lifespan, the one of the race that they changed into. Bards have interpersonal skill. Sorcerers have intrapersonal skill. DM, I see you've got very high charisma, so you'll obviously be the party's face. Player, no, they have high charisma because they're very self-confident and have a strong force of will, but they have no actual interpersonal skills. Wait, that's illegal! Age and maturity differences are always fun. 100-year-old dwarf. You're just a child. 105-year-old dwell. Well, you're just a grumpy young man. Seeing dice rolls in everyone's daily life. Thanks for not saying failed dex save when my father fell down the stairs. I know that took restraint. All hail the non-binary thaumaturge. Are you a man or a woman? Thaumaturge. What gender are you? Martial with magic items. Yeah, but what's in your pants? Talismans to ward off evil. You are shocked? DM runs a homebrew post-apocalyptic game. The planet has been turned into a wasteland by nuclear fire. The DM says, you see a submarine lodged in a skyscraper. In the distance, you see a giant man riding a giant black horse. Me still trying to stay closeted. Me when my party asks why I always play female characters. I just think they're neat. Trying to impress your high-level players. Hiya! It's me, Satan! So? Who cares? Skaven campaign could be fun. DM, you're telling me your characters are a human fighter with a German name, an exiled wood elf ranger, a dwarven barbarian, a pyromaniac sorcerer, and a pious rogue that vaguely works for the church? Yes. Into the sewers to fight rats you go. Both druids and oathbreakers are famous in D&D, so why have we never officially gotten druid traitor subclass? Paladins, after killing a goblin child who was defiling some man's corpse, insulting them and attacked first. And druids, after committing treason and genocide of their fellows and animals in the sacred grove, and then throwing a statue of nature's god into lava. Still in complete harmony with nature, nice. The level 3 is strong in this one. Our Dragonborn using his devastating breath weapon. And 1 damage. Yep, alright. Alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for today's video. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you didn't subscribe if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, as well as on YouTube. I appreciate lots of thanks so much for those. Links below if you want to check them out, or listen to the social media, Discord, or anything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.